You didn't just adopt a cat. You adopted a personality, a schedule disruption, and a creature that makes you question who's actually in charge around here. Safari cat owners know exactly what that means. And if you're one of them, you're already nodding. If you're not, stick around, because what life with a safari cat actually looks like might surprise you more than you'd expect. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. That jaw-dropping appearance. Let's start with the obvious. Safari cats turn heads. This hybrid breed, developed from crosses between domestic cats and the South American Jeffries cat, carries wild physical traits that make strangers do a double take. The spotted coat, the long legs, the large ears that swivel like satellite dishes, it's a lot to take in. And yet, there's something grounded and approachable about them too. Owners frequently describe the experience of walking their safari cat on a leash and watching pedestrians stop mid-sentence. You get used to explaining the breed. You never quite get used to how stunning they look just sitting in a patch of sunlight. Number 9. The personality paradox. Safari cats are confident without being aloof, affectionate without being clingy, and curious without being reckless, most of the time. The breed is generally described as highly social and adaptable, which sounds manageable until you realize that social means your cat wants to be involved in everything. Cooking? Supervised. Video calls? Photobombed. Trying to have a private moment? Not today. Owners often describe a cat that seems genuinely interested in human activity rather than simply tolerating it. It's endearing and occasionally exhausting, and it's one of the traits that makes the safari cat feel less like a pet and more like a roommate with opinions. Number 8. Frighteningly smart. Safari cats are sharp. Not just figures out the treat puzzle sharp, we're talking figured out how to open the cabinet, let themselves into the pantry, and looked completely unbothered when you caught them sharp. The breed's hybrid origins contribute to a high level of problem-solving ability that owners either find impressive or deeply inconvenient, depending on the day. Many report that their safari cat learns routines faster than expected and adapts quickly when those routines change. They pick up on cues, recognize patterns, and occasionally seem to anticipate what you're about to do before you do it. It's remarkable. It's also slightly unnerving. Number 7. Energy that doesn't clock out. If you were expecting a lap cat that sleeps 16 hours a day, the safari cat has some news for you. This breed tends to maintain high activity levels well into adulthood, and owners quickly learn to plan around bursts of energy that seem to come out of nowhere. A toy that entertained them yesterday is boring today. A new one might hold their interest for a week or 10 minutes. Vertical space, interactive play sessions, and puzzle feeders all help. But the most honest thing an experienced safari cat owner will tell you is this: you don't just own a cat, you manage an athlete. Number 6. Curiosity as a lifestyle. Every new object in the house gets investigated. Every bag that comes through the door gets sniffed, patted, and occasionally climbed into. Guests are assessed with a thoroughness that would make a security professional proud. Safari cats don't seem to distinguish between interesting and potentially dangerous, which means owners develop a particular habit of cat-proofing in ways they never anticipated. It's not destructive behavior, to be clear. It's methodical exploration. The breed's curiosity appears to be a genuine personality trait rather than anxiety or boredom. And once you accept that your home is also a research facility, life becomes considerably easier. Number 5. Surprisingly social creatures. Safari cats generally get along well with other pets and adapt to households with children, provided introductions are handled thoughtfully. What surprises most new owners isn't that they're social, it's how intentionally social they are. They seek out company. They position themselves in the middle of activity rather than on the edges of it. Some owners describe their safari cat gravitating toward guests, which isn't typical cat behavior by any stretch. Whether this is a documented breed tendency or simply a trait that shows up consistently in well-socialized individuals is worth noting. But the pattern is hard to ignore once you've lived with one. Number 4. The sounds they make. Safari cats are not quiet. They communicate with a range of vocalizations that goes well beyond a standard meow, chirps, trills, chatters, and sounds that owners genuinely struggle to describe to people who haven't heard them. They'll narrate their own movements through the house, hold what can only be described as conversations, and produce a specific sound when they spot a bird outside that seems to exist on a frequency designed to stop you mid-thought. It's charming. It's also something you probably didn't factor in when you first brought one home. Safari cat owners quickly learn to read tone, because yes, there is a difference between the happy chirp and the "I need something right now" chirp. Number 3. Hunting instincts very much intact. The Jeffries cat in the safari's lineage was a skilled hunter, and that heritage shows up in subtle and not so subtle ways. The prey drive in safari cats tends to be notable. They track movement with precision, crouch low before pouncing, and can go from relaxed to fully locked in within a second. Owners of small pets like birds or rodents should take this seriously, as it's a documented behavioral tendency rather than individual quirk. That said, channeling that instinct through play, wand toys, feather teasers, anything that mimics prey movement, can be incredibly satisfying for the cat and is genuinely one of the more impressive things to watch. They commit completely, every single time. Number 2. Affection on their terms. Safari cats are affectionate, but they set the terms, and most owners come to appreciate that. When a safari cat chooses to curl up next to you, rest a paw on your arm, or press their forehead against yours, it carries weight precisely because it wasn't demanded. It was offered. Many owners describe a depth of connection with their safari cat that feels different from other cat relationships. Harder to explain, easier to feel. The bond tends to build gradually, built on trust and consistent interaction, rather than immediate attachment. But once it's there, it's steady. There's something quietly special about earning that trust from an animal with this much independence. Number 1. The everyday habits that break you. Here it is. The thing no one tells you. Safari cat owners don't just adapt to a breed. They adapt to a specific, sometimes baffling set of everyday habits that become completely normal over time. Watching your cat methodically knock items off a surface, not out of mischief, but what genuinely appears to be curiosity about gravity. Finding them in the same bizarre spot every single morning for no apparent reason. The way they monitor you when you're sick, parking themselves nearby with an attention that feels almost deliberate. These aren't documented breed traits. They're the individual, irreplaceable personality of your particular cat. And they're the moments that make you realize you're not just an owner. You're a witness to a whole, distinct life. So guys, if you've made it this far, you already know. Safari cats don't just share your space, they reshape it. They're demanding and fascinating and occasionally baffling. And somehow that's exactly what makes the relationship so worth it. If you live with a safari cat, drop your most relatable moment in the comments. I want to read every single one. Like this video if it felt a little too accurate, and subscribe for more content made for people who take their cats seriously.